Hey everybody, welcome to Rock Up Podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been a minute. Well, 1 or 2 weeks. Whatever. Been a minute. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Rock Up Podcast is brought to you by Blackbird Tattoo and Piercing, 300 South State, Clearfield, Utah. You can make yourself an appointment and go down there for tattoo, piercing, or even get a facial while you're there. There's new artists there, new tattoo artists there, so there's now 3 artists there, and then there's a lovely young woman whose name escapes me right now who does facials on people. So that was kind of cool to see while I was getting tattooed last weekend. I'm going to be in there tomorrow getting some more work done by my dear friend Cameron. But yeah, man, make yourself an appointment. Go down there, get tattooed, get pierced. They're still doing everything. You just gotta make an appointment and follow the safety guidelines, that kind of stuff. And remember, you guys can always reach me at rocketpodcast@gmail.com. Send me your emails. I will respond to them. And all the social media mind control fuck bullshits, you guys can follow me there. Instagram, I'll post some funny stuff sometimes, so I don't know, you want to check that out. But yeah, man, it's been a little bit since I talked to you guys, but this weekend I'm gonna make up for it. I got you a double dose show. I got tonight's show, and tomorrow I'm doing a tribute to my Finnish ancestry, because December 6th was the Finnish Independence Day. And my buddy Cody Lobbucane is going to be coming in here, hanging out, drinking beer, talking heavy metal. And I'll play a bunch of Finnish heavy metal for us. So that'll be great. So definitely tune in tomorrow. Tonight I'm going to play some songs from Acwelan. I don't know how to say it. Acwelan. I'm going to play a song from them, a song from Thy Feeble Savior, a little Paganizer, just because I'm in the mood for it. New band called The Incursion, and Whoreblood. So, you guys know how we always start the show, how we always do. Get yourself a little glass of whatever you got in front of you. Got myself some good old Jim Beam in a glass here right in front of me. And this is for the lost. Oh, old Jimmy Bean. Shook old Jim Bean's hand. I did just now. Well, without further ado, while I let that settle in my system, I will play a fun heavy metal song for you. Acwelan, Ritual Aura Sensations, from the album Nightmare Blood Ritual off of Nihilistic Noise Propaganda. Acwelan. I don't know how you say it. Whatever. Here's a song. ritual aura cessations. That goddamn drummer's a madman. That guy's a maniac. I really appreciate killer noise drumming, and that guy definitely has it together. So kudos to them. So what's been going on lately? I don't know, man. Not a lot of good stuff. A lot of I don't know. You know, I sat down with the kiddos and I was like, okay, let's, the holiday season depresses me. You know, I'm one of those people. It just depresses me. So, sat down, kiddos, thought I'd watch, we'll watch the Santa Claus. Tim Allen, he's funny, he's from Toy Story, right? He used to have that show called Tool Time. I don't remember what it was actually called, but I call it Tool Time. Anyway, he was funny in that. I saw some of his stand-up comedy. You know, he's a funny guy. So, Santa Claus. He's playing Santa Claus. He gets fat. Gets a big old beard. He shaves it off. Grows right back. Funny concept. I didn't realize that movie was depressing as fuck. Incredibly depressing. If any of you have had the misfortune to go through a divorce when there's a child involved, when there is a custody dispute, that kind of shit really brings up some fucked off emotions in me, and I didn't really want to see it in a movie about Santa Claus. So, where I was expecting to like laugh and shit, you know, I ended up getting bummed out. I ended up getting kind of fucking sad from the goddamn movie. Yes, the Santa Claus made me fucking depressed. The kids weren't really paying too much attention to it anyway. They just, you know, they saw Santa Claus and reindeer on the TV and they're like, Santa Claus, and then, you know, when it got to the boring adult shit, they stopped paying attention and just started, you know, playing with their toys and stuff again. But what the fuck is with like depressing ass? Like it's a theme now that every year there's going to be some depressing ass fucking movies about Christmas time. You know, back in like the 1800s, the time when Dickens was writing The Christmas Carol and Hard Times and you know, all those other books he wrote, people used to tell ghost stories and like spooky stories during not Halloween time. I know it seems appropriate, right? But also during Christmas time. That was an old tradition to tell scary stories, spooky stories, ghost stories for Christmas time. And I think that's why you see such a resurgence of the whole Krampus myth. Because people are tired of watching holiday movies and getting fucking depressed. So they'd rather watch a goddamn horror movie about a big goddamn goat monster that grabs kids and throws them in a sack and beats them with a stick if they're naughty. But yeah, man. Fuck, I was not expecting that shit from a goddamn Tim Allen movie. And I don't like to watch like holiday movies and that type of thing, other than Scrooged, which is just hilarious. It's just that thing is just goddamn, and even that one has some kind of depressing moments in it, you know. There's definitely some depressing moments in that, but yeah, it's the Christmas Carol story, so there's gonna be depressing shit in it. But like even that, but like that one was funny, right? That one made you laugh. I don't know about you, but it's my favorite one because it was fucking funny, right? It was kind of it was definitely dark humor, but it was funny. So I don't know, man. I was kind of pissed off about that, though, so I wanted to bitch. I wanted to bitch about that because, you know, if you're gonna... if you're gonna be a fucking cunt bitching about something, you might as well bitch about a stupid movie nobody has seen in over 30 fucking years. I don't even know when that movie came out. I think my oldest kid, who's now like almost 23, was just a kid at the time. So, I don't know, man. Whatever the fuck. Yeah, that movie's probably like 30 goddamn years old. I'm over here bitching about it. You know what it is? I never saw it. I never saw a lot of Christmas and holiday movies all the way through because you get busy. You get busy doing shit. The only one I really sat down to really pay attention to was like the Charlie Brown Christmas one, Scrooged, because it made me laugh, the Christmas Carol with George C. Scott, and then like the Mickey Mouse one, right? The Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol. And that's it. Like the rest of them, I mean, Jingle All the Way was funny because it's like Sinbad versus Arnold. And that one's pretty funny, but still, man, fuck that depressing shit during Christmas time. People are already fucking depressed. They're already fucking bummed out because it's the goddamn holidays, and it sucks for everyone. I'm gonna get off this subject. We need us a palate cleanser, is what we need, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you right now. From the album of the exact same name of this song, Darkest Path to Death, off of what is it, Clandestine Productions, which is whatever. This is Thy Feeble Savior. Boy, I asked for a palate cleanser, and that was a hell of one. That was good. Thy Feeble Savior. That song was fucking good. That was a really fucking good song. I really enjoyed it. I think that's just what the fucking doctor ordered just now. So, the wifey got Showtime for a temporary little, I don't know. She always gets these little business deals, these little packages and shit for really good prices. I don't know how she does it. She gets on the phone with people, and she's just good at that. She is that talent. Some people have it. I do not. I hate talking on the phone. I hate talking to fucking customer service people. That's not the point of what I'm talking about. Anyway, we got Showtime for a little while. So I went through all this fucking shit on Showtime. Just watch it, put it in my queue on my TV, and so we could watch it, and then when we don't need Showtime anymore, we'll get rid of it, right? So, one of the things that popped up was a documentary I remember that came out about the hardcore band Agnostic Front. It's called Godfathers of Hardcore. And here's the thing. I watch a lot of documentaries. I watch a lot of musical theme documentaries. Music themed documentaries. And I am a pretty big Agnostic Front fan. Okay? One of my first hardcore shows was an Agnostic Front show. All their albums I own, up until everything after Dead Yuppies. And then I kind of got sick of the way Roger changed his singing style. He went from like just singing to like this kind of I don't know, seal on crack trying to masturbate kind of noise that just started to bug the fuck out of me. I don't know, maybe it's because he moved to Arizona. I don't know, it just started to bug me. But all the old classics I love, you know, all the old albums I love and know almost every fucking word to every fucking song from all of those. So, not important. I'm a big Agnostic Front fan, so I was interested. I watched this documentary. It had snippets of very interesting things. It told no story of the origins, development of Agnostic Front. Did not delve into important albums put out by Agnostic Front. Basically, what this documentary was two old hardcore guys. One of them who's still just kind of childlike and sweet, but walks around his neighborhood bitching about how his neighborhood has changed and what buildings used to be. The other old hardcore guy, Roger, is talking about how he had a shitty upbringing. He went through a lot of hard times and shit, and he suffers from depression and also has a heart condition. There is so much history and opportunity and a story to be told with that band. Rivalries with other bands, the creation of their crew, why they created their crew, the accusations of being fascist from people like Jello Biafra from the Dead Kennedys, their beef with Boston. One scene had Jack Kelly, quote unquote, choke at a party for Vinny Stigma. Vinny Stigma, that's such a profound and interesting and weird dynamic because they used to hate each other, allegedly. Their relationship with Peter Still, and Peter Still helping to write a lot of the it was either Cause for Alarm or Victim in Pain album. A lot of pictures of Harley from the Cro-Mags, and Harley wasn't interviewed. He wasn't featured in the documentary at all. There's the list goes on and on. It was not a good documentary. It was not a fucking good documentary. It was a shit documentary. That thing sucked. And it's not because of the band, obviously. It's not because of Agnostic Front. Agnostic Front is a fucking terrific band. I absolutely love them. Whoever made this documentary, I think just didn't know. Either they didn't know, or they didn't want to know, or fuck, I don't even know what. There's so many fucking things. Roger Merritt broke his back during a fucking concert and finished the fucking concert. There's so many things. There's so many things. The evolution of the skinheads in America. It's just so much stuff they could have talked about and didn't. And that documentary was shit. That thing sucked. I don't know. The New York hardcore one was better, but you have to fucking deal with Rick the Life. You have to fast forward the fucking parts with Rick the Life in it. I don't know, man. Behind the Music does documentaries and shit about bands, or at least they used to, about on VH1, and those were interesting. They were somewhat compelling. They told a story. They gave you a biography, and that's what a documentary about a band really is telling you how they came from point A to point B in their career, especially being musicians that have been around since fucking, I don't know, 35, 40 years. None of the guys from Sick of It All were interviewed. Civ wasn't interviewed. You couldn't put Jimmy Gestapo behind a fucking camera and ask him a couple questions. I don't know. It really fucking frustrated me how bad it was. So, I don't know. If you have Showtime and an interest in Agnostic Front, go for it, but lower your expectations for real, because that thing sucked, and it could have been so much better. There is so much story and history to work with that band particularly, that you don't need to fucking, your goddamn job's done for you. All you gotta do is fucking tell it, instead of have two old guys. You know what it was? They had no direction. I wonder if it's like they just had no direction. Tell the fucking story of the band. Tell me about, give me some shit I don't know. Or at least talk about some of the things I do know that someone else isn't going to know. Okay? My problem is I get like really into bands, so I find out a lot of shit about them. Stories about them, the development of songs, albums, that type of thing. But I remember it. I retain that information. But it's exciting for me, for another person to learn these things, because it's interesting. I don't know. Alright. I've gone off on the Godfathers of Hardcore documentary shit show long enough. It's not because of Agnostic Front. There's a lot of interesting story there to be told. And I don't know. I think the filmmaker owed them more, because I don't think they really did their homework, or They were just being lazy. Either way, that was annoying. You know what's not annoying? Paganizer. And maybe I am just feeling angry all the time. It's the holiday season, and Santa Claus, ba-doop, ba-doop, doop. Yep, it's that time of year, and it's annoying. I don't know, man. It's, you know what it is, when you get older, it's hard to buy things for people because as adults, when we see something we want that's expensive, we save up money, do this and that, and we fucking buy it. And as kids, we're kind of just handed things. So we don't really have to work for it, other than through behavior and chores and that type of thing. But I don't know, at least from me and all the adults that I know, you're like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And it's almost just like a dreaded question because whatever you want, you bought. Or it's so goddamn expensive you can't justify buying that thing. And you don't want to push that burden off onto your wife, your mom, or anything like that. It's kind of a funny dynamic, you know. Christmas used to be so magical when you believed the lie. Because that's what made it fun, right? But, once the lie is gone, it's not fun anymore, you know? Sometimes, I guess, ignorance is bliss, huh? I mean, I don't mean to be cynical about it. Just saying. You know, the things I want range from, okay, I already bought it, you know, type thing, to this is going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and you're not going to want me to have that many guns anyway. So, what the fuck, you know? What are you going to do? What indeed? That's what I'm saying. You know, I think that's why I like Thanksgiving so much, is because it has the same aspects of Christmas, of the family getting together and being safe and being nice and enjoying each other's company and that yada yada yada, all that stuff. But also, you're also just sitting down and eating a meal together, talking, getting caught up with each other's lives, that sort of thing. So maybe I could just try to transform our family Christmas into more of a family Christmas, but it's really just the second Thanksgiving. Maybe I could try to do that. Would this be possible? You guys let me know if you think this concept, this transformation would be possible, would be effective. You guys let me know at rocketpodcast@gmail.com. Give me your fucking opinions on that. But I mean, other than that, you know, it's pretty good. I don't know. Miss my friends. I miss having people over, and it kind of bums me out. I'm gonna start having people over as guests of the show, but it'd be nice to be able to have, you know, people over for drinks and sit by the fire and hang out and talk and make each other laugh. That whole thing, human connection. Here I'm here at home with the kiddos. Evening I go to work for a couple hours, come home, do the shit all over again. You know, you get numb. Just going through the motions of everyday life. But, you know, I have an uncle in prison. I have family members in prison. I have a good friend looking at maybe, I mean, you know, I hope not, but, you know, looking at some charges and possible prison time. So I really have no right to bitch at all. I'm just saying. It's not what it used to be. I tell you that. It's not. 40 years old. I guess you get old. I want to make it not about me. I'm just such a selfish prick. I don't know how to do it. I want it to be about the kids and make sure the kids are having the best time ever. Because from their happiness and joy, I receive joy. Because I become happy from them being happy, right? So I don't know. I'm rambling a little bit now, and I'm sorry about that. So wrap up part 1 right here, and then catch you guys back on part 2.